Right, this is for all you guys who don't understand that Strong's Concordance is all prophetic. All of it. It's coded. Look at this. Daniel chapter 12. And he said, Go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly. And none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. And from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the abomination that maketh desolate set up, there shall be 1,290 days. For you guys who don't know, that is 1,290 days. 1290 days. That is Jacob's trouble. Number 1290 in the Greek Strong's Concordance, diaspora, meaning dispersion, i.e., specifically and concretely, the Israelite resident in Gentile countries, which are scattered abroad. Jacob's trouble, the Hebrews scattered amongst the countries. 1290. You see this? Please wake up to the Strong's Concordance prophetic power. It is there. This is another reason why it's very important to understand that what is going on in so-called Israel with the so-called Israelites is not prophetic. It is a strong delusion. The real Hebrews are scattered amongst the nations, and God has not gathered them together yet. And I believe that will happen in 2029. Look at the number 2029 in the concordance. It is a symbol self that is talking about God's people according to a bloodline. Matthew chapter 25, if you've done it to the least of these, you've done it to me. That is the gathering at the end. The Hebrews amongst all the nations. That's what that is. What's happening right now? All strong delusion.
You see, the Bible makes a distinction, Mr. President, between two groups of Jews. One is called the synagogue of Satan. There's two different kinds. And those people, in the latter days, it's called the remnant of God's people, which will be Jewish people. And then there's the synagogue of Satan. And nearly all of your religious deceptions in the latter days, what the Bible speaks, latter days will be 1,000 years, what they call the synagogue of Satan. In other words, they are energized by a supernatural power called the devil. This is what the Bible teaches, whether you believe it or don't believe it. This is the biblical teaching, and this is what I believe. And I believe that they have a strange brilliance about them. They're smart, and they are energized, in my judgment, by a supernatural power. Well, also they do something else. They're not smart. And you see, of course, Hitler didn't. They had a stranglehold on Germany, on the banking of Germany, on everything in Germany, and the media. They had the whole thing, you see. But he went about it wrong. But this stranglehold has got to be broken, or this country is going to go down the drain. Yes, sir.
I can't ever say it, but I believe it.
Nobody has been elected the second time. We might be able to do something.
So what you just heard right there was Billy Graham, probably about 70, 80 years ago. And he was actually talking to government about the synagogue of Satan, the Jews who say they're Jews but are not, but are the synagogue of Satan, and they're rich. This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. Now, we never heard Billy Graham say anything like that when he was preaching to a bunch of people, and we know that Billy Graham was a high degree, probably 33rd degree Freemason. So whether that was a staged event for him to speak on that like that and record it, or it was real, either way, he was telling the truth, and that is what ended up happening. It was probably staged. Billy Graham was probably an agent. I don't think that he sold out or anything like that. I think that he was just one of them. He did preach a false works gospel too, so it would go hand in hand. But again, I'm showing you guys why it's important to know who the Jews are and aren't. And the E1B1A blood type, which is Sub-Saharan African, is the blood type of the true descendants of the Hebrews, colored people, and the L2, L3 haplotypes, which are probably the Native Americans. And these people are scattered amongst the Gentile nations still. They were not gathered in 1948 or any time before or after that. That is not the gathering that Jesus did. That will happen through the Great Tribulation and on into 2029.